What's up, Night Owl? Steely here, back with another video, and today we're going to be starting our Radiant Citadel Dungeon Master Guide. This video is for Dungeon Masters who are interested in running the Radiant Citadel, and just as a heads up, I do live stream all of my Radiant Citadel games, so any DMs that are interested in a more long-form, in-depth look at how I run each adventure, those are available in a playlist on my channel. For this video, I'm going to cover the very first chapter, which details the Radiant Citadel itself, and how this is sort of a hub world for the players to venture off into all of the other adventures. My big issue with this chapter is that not a lot of things within it are relevant to any of the other adventures. At least with Candlekeep, there were some adventures that actually took place in Candlekeep and more fleshed out NPCs that actually had a role in the adventures, like with Shim Shines or Candlekeep Deconstruction or the very first chapter, The Joy of Exponential Spaces. As a matter of fact, I would go so far as to say that if you're interested in running all of the adventures in the Radiant Citadel, that you should make the Night Market, which is the very first chapter, the very first adventure, the hub. The Night Market could be the hub world that your players branch off from. There's just not enough information in the first chapter about the Radiant Citadel to really make it a decent hub world. And at least in the first chapter, when the players help the families within the Night Market, they become established, they become well known within the Night Market, and they actually have some bond to this place, unlike the Radiant Citadel. But I'm going to go forward under the assumption that you're going to make the Radiant Citadel the hub that the players venture out from. The first thing of note is the Auroral Diamond, which is this large indestructible diamond that floats around in the ethereal plane, and the Radiant Citadel is built around it. The next location is the Court of Whispers, and this is a location where you can gather information, either by hiring spies or by talking to the bards and criers. Now, this next location is very important and possibly polarizing to some DMs, and it's the House of Convalescence. At this location, healing magic is empowered to the point where all healing spells cast here heal their maximum amount, and all resurrection spells cast here require no components. You heard that right. All resurrection spells cast at this location are free. This includes Raise Dead, Revivify, Resurrection, and True Resurrection. This has an enormous amount of implications that I'm not going to get into with this video, but as you can imagine, this location is where the sick gather to be healed. And it's a location your players can visit whenever a party member dies and needs to be resurrected. Right outside the Radiant Citadel is a massive ethereal cyclone that circles the Radiant Citadel, and it's known as the Keening Gloom. We don't really have much information or lore on this thing, and none of the adventures within the book deal with it, so just know that it's there. The next location is the Palace of Exile, and this is one big hotel for refugees to rest. The goal here at the Palace of Exile is to take on refugees and either make them a permanent fixture within the Radiant Citadel or find them a new home elsewhere. The next point of interest is the Preserve of the Ancestors, and this is essentially a wildlife preserve where animals can roam free, and there's even a sect of druids here. This is also where the incarnates dwell, and I'll cover those in just a moment. The last location is the Trade Discal, and this is just one big market where you can buy goods. Again, we don't have much to go on for this location either, other than you can buy animals and ore in bulk. Now I would like to talk about the Concord Jewels. These jewels are essentially taxi cabs between the Radiant Citadel and the founding civilizations of the Radiant Citadel. This is what the party is going to use to teleport to each adventure within the book. Now there's one more thing I think you should know before you start running the Radiant Citadel, and that's the incarnates that I mentioned earlier. Each of the civilizations that founded the Radiant Citadel are connected to the Citadel spiritually as well as physically through the Concord Jewels. The spirits of these founding civilizations occupy these gemstones that make up the incarnates. And they can take on a number of different shapes, like a scorpion, a bird, or a flower. All of the spirits from a single civilization come together to form one creature that sort of shares their consciousness and their personalities and their knowledge. And these Dawn incarnates are the top of the political structure within the Radiant Citadel. Although they don't deal directly in politics, at any time they can step in and say, no, we don't like this. Each of the founding civilizations of the Radiant Citadel have one singular representative known as the Speaker. These are the key decision makers within the Radiant Citadel, and they'll usually consult with the Dawn incarnates for guidance. Now, it's from this point, in my opinion, you have all the information that you need from the first chapter, and you can go ahead and start running each of the adventures. There is a lot more information in the first chapter that details the Radiant Citadel's political structure as well as some key NPCs, and I'm gonna be honest, I left them out of the video because I didn't think they were super important, but if you're interested, they're there. And I'm sorry if this video felt like a filler. I really wanted this information to be relevant when I ran the Radiant Citadel adventures, but the more that I ran it, the more that I realized that this stuff just wasn't important. So I'll pass it off to you. Hopefully you can find a place for it. Maybe those Dawn incarnates could actually show up, or maybe the ancestors could have a place in the adventures, this is on you. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, you know how YouTube works. Hit those buttons, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the Radiant Citadel so far, or if you're interested in running it. And if you want to be a part of this D&D community, make sure you join the Discord. Link is in the description. Come by, ask questions. Let me know what you think. And as always, I'll see you at sundown.